Good morning, students. Already in the previous video, we have seen the types of neurons based on structure and function. So, what are unipolar neurons? So, unipolar neurons are having a single process. And where these unipolar neurons are formed? Yes, it is seen in the embryonic tissue. Now, what are the types of neurons based on function? Yes, motor neuron, sensory neuron and association neuron. And today in this video, we are going to see the types of nerve fibers. So, nerve fibers are of two types based on the presence or absence of myelin sheath. So, the one is myelinated nerve fibers. Myelinated nerve fibers. So, myelinated nerve fibers. From the name, what you are coming to know? Yes, the neuron, it is covered with myelin sheath. So, see here. So, this is the neuron. There is cyton, then dendrites, and inside the cyton there is cytoplasm and also nucleus. Now you see, this is the axon, isn't it? One of the dendrites, it is moving vertically downwards and is forming the axon. So in this axon, it is covered by a protective sheet called as myelin sheath. Good. So, if the axon is covered, this is the axon, and if the axon is covered with myelin sheath, if the axon is covered with a myelin sheath, it is said to be myelinated nerve fibers. And this type of neuron, it is seen in the white matter of the brain. Okay, in the brain there is white matter as well as grey matter. So, this myelinated nerve fibers, they are seen in the white matter of the brain. So, coming to this myelinated nerve fibers, if the axon is covered, so see, this is the axon. If the axon is covered with a myelin sheath, protective sheet called myelin sheath, that is said to be myelinated nerve fibers. And where it is seen? It is seen in the white matter of the brain. Okay, so it is seen in the white matter of the brain. Now coming to the second one. The second one is non-myelinated nerve fibers. Non-myelinated nerve fibers. So, from here, from the heading, what we are coming to know? If the neuron or if the axon is not covered with myelin sheath. So, see here. So, this is the neuron. This is the neuron, isn't it? And here, this is the axon. And if this axon is not covered with myelin sheath, it is said to be non-myelinated nerve fiber. Okay. So, if the axon is not covered with myelin sheath, it is said to be non-myelinated nerve fibers. Now, this non-myelinated nerve fibers, they are seen in the gray matter of the brain. So this is a non-myelinated, it is seen in the gray matter of the brain. And this myelinated nerve fibers, they are seen in the white matter of the brain, and non-myelinated, it is seen in the gray matter of the brain. So next we are going to see the transmission of nerve impulse. So here all the information from the environment are detected by the receptors. So receptors means nothing but the sense organs. So see, all the informations from the environment, they are detected by the receptors, and first they enter into the tip of the dendrites. So first they enter into the tip of the dendrites, then to the dendron, then to cyton, then to axon, and then to the nerve ending. Axon, nerve ending. See, listen here. So all the information from the environment, they are detected by the receptors, that's the sense organs. Then first it enters into the tip of the dendrites, then to dendron, then to cyton, then axon, and finally to the axon nerve endings. So on reaching the axon terminal, it causes the nerve endings to release a chemical substance called neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters. So these neurotransmitters, they form a chemical called acetylcholine. So here everything is passing by means of electrical impulse, and when it is reaching this axon nerve endings, it has to enter into the next neuron. So there this neurotransmitter, so the electrical impulse is converted into chemical signal, and this chemical signal when entering into the next neuron, it changes into electrical impulse, and finally it reaches the brain. Now the response from the brain is similarly passed to the receptor organ. So see here, now you see here the informations they are got from the environment. It is detected by the receptors. So from the receptors it enters into the tip of the dendrites. So this is the tip of the dendrites. Then it enters into the dendron. Then again it enters into the cyton. From the cyton it enters into the axon. From the axon it enters into the nerve endings. So all this they are coming in the form of electrical impulse. And when it reaches the nerve endings, so here the acetylcholine, a chemical, is secreted. Then it has to pass the message to the next neuron. So in this area the acetylcholine is formed. The electrical impulse is converted into chemical signal, and this chemical signal when entering into the next neuron, it will be converted into electrical impulse. So electrical impulse, then the chemical signal, then again electrical impulse, and finally it reaches the brain. The response from the brain is similarly passed to the effector organ. So for example, see, when I am admiring a flower in my garden, I express my feelings as, wow, it's beautiful. That's when I am looking the flower with my eyes, the electric impulse is taken by the neurons of the eye, then it passes to the tip of the dendrites, then to dendron, then to cyton, then to axon, and finally the message is taken to the brain. And the neuron transmit the message or command to the mouth, and my mouth is saying, wow, it's beautiful. And all this is taking place within a fraction of second. Similarly, when our mother is cooking, by the smell of the food, we'll be coming to know what type of food she is cooking. So all this, they are coming under transmission of nerve impulse. I hope you all might have understood. And you studied this transmission of nerve impulse as homework.